Thank you for tuning in. Let's get into the messages. This is Vaja Divine 144. Be a reading for the collective. Tap that bell for more of my content. To anyone returning, much love. Thank you for the support. Keep it coming. You could be about to meet someone who mirrors you, collective. It could also be that you need to watch out for illusions. Watch out for what someone's telling you. This may have something to do with your childhood. Pieces coming together, solving something pertaining to your childhood. You may find out that your childhood, or you may feel as if your childhood was an illusion. It's like finally the pieces are coming together. The pieces of a puzzle are coming together about your childhood. Why you feel the way you do. Yeah, it's about abandonment. It's like someone could have been abandoned as a child, or you may have felt that way. There was always an argument. There was always a separation. Something's going to come out of the blue. Something's going to be a surprise. It's pertaining to your childhood or a childhood memory. It could be something that you have been trying to suppress. Like something that it's a memory, but something could trigger it to come out. It could come up out of the blue, or it's a revelation of some sort. The pieces are finally coming together, pertaining to your childhood, something with your family. It could be like a trigger. You could go back to like your old neighborhood or some shit, and all of a sudden the pieces are going to come together. The pieces of the puzzle are going to come together. You're going to figure out why something happened the way it did, who did what. It's something about going back to your old neighborhood where you had comfort, where it was comforting to you, your childhood neighborhood. But something could have made you how you are today, or something could have really changed you in some sort of way. It's like you discovering this or whatever this is going to make you realize you just need to let it go. Now that you figured it out, now that you know what's what or who could be involved, because it could be someone that put you in, someone could have fed you lies when you were young. This is like a place that you thought was home, that you felt comforting. Someone was lying to you pertaining to your childhood. You're finally figuring something out. It could be something like you're finding out that you are a foster kid, or you were adopted. It could be something like that. It could also be something more in depth, something more triggering. It could be physical, could be violent, something like that. Whatever it is, there was a departure. There was a lot of turbulence, a lot of anger. For whoever I'm talking to in the collective, you felt abandoned. You just felt abandoned in a situation, and you grew out of it, but you suppressed the feelings. I feel as though you're going back to something, seeing so it could be someone. If you're not going back to an old neighborhood or some shit like that, it could be that you bump into someone from your past that lived there, or someone that reminds you of back in the day. That's what I hear, back in the day. But whatever it is, there's going to be a discovery of some sort pertaining to your past. I feel as though you're regaining control, though, of your life, especially after you find something out. There could be a reveal of some sort. You may find a long-lost sister, brother, relative, something like that. It's like a reunion of some sort, but it also involves you letting go of things from the past. Just in time for the new year, something like that. It's a miracle. You may have been searching for someone, or someone has been looking for you, and it's just going to line up that way where everything's just going to connect. So it's like a life, something that has happened in your life, a family situation or whatever the case is finally going to be solved. That you're about to get the answers to the questions that you've always you had about what happened. Who am I for real? Like, you could have felt out of place or something like that, but it's going to be like a miracle. Whatever happens, it's going to be like a miracle. Something that you've been wanting to know. It's something that's always puzzled you. You may be wondering why you act the way you do, or it's something that's causing you to revisit a childhood, like neighborhood or area where you grew up at, or like I said, you could bump into someone from your past, and the pieces are going to come back together. It's going to be like freeing for you or some shit. You're going to finally get the answers that you've been seeking for a long time, period. You're going to be like side-eyeing your family. You could start to side-eye your family after you figure out, you know, uh, what this is, or the truth about a situation. It could be quite awkward now that you know some shit. Things are going to change. That's why they say be careful what you go looking for. Be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. All in all, I feel as though you may be trying to keep the family together. You're not one to hold a grudge anymore. This wasn't as much as you was holding a grudge as it is that you were trying to fix yourself, like fix something about you. You may have had a short temper. You may be very guarded. It may be like something that triggers you, but it's definitely connected to your past, and you're about to figure out why this happened or what this may be because of. But all in all, you are trying to keep the family together no matter what you find out about yourself and your situation from the past. If it's pertaining to like adoption or anything like that, you still here for the family that you got, period. But if it's other shit, I don't know how you're going to handle that. That's your situation. Yeah. The spirit guide is protecting you. Like I said, this is a miracle. This is something that's going to come out of the blue, but it's going to help you a lot in a lot of ways. You are divinely protected. You could be feeling a presence. For some of my collective, you could be feeling a presence. You are being protected. This is supposed to happen. You are supposed to find this out. Whatever it is, it's supposed to be found out. So you do have something coming in, pertaining to a family situation.